Hello and welcome. Today I'm adding beebiss 2 to my ever growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever. The game can be found on the Indie Heroes Collection 2 and was developed by John Riggs and Mutech, and is a sort of fake sequel to a lost or maybe never even existed NES game called beebiss, hence the 2.
Story.
You play as one of two characters who are effectively your Chinese hopping vampires, whatever they're called. There's a name for it, but I can't think what it is right now. Anyway, they have to defeat evil. I think that's about it.
Graphics.
Visually, it is quite simple, but also very busy. You've got chunky sprites, some very sort of over-the-top and garish graphics, but it all looks fairly simplistic. Basic animation. You've got fairly detailed backgrounds with a fairly unique. I'm saying fairly, aren't I? The visual style stands out, I'll give it that. I wouldn't say it's the most appealing. It's a strange mix of being quite good graphically but also pretty ugly. Hey, it's quirky looking, I guess.
Sound and music.
The sound effects are very basic, but the music is it's really good actually. Let's be honest, it's very familiar tracks. I expect to have heard them all before somewhere along the line, as it basically reworks things like Hall of the Mountain King and William Tell Overture into a really sort of upbeat soundtrack, and I say it works great and it's probably the highlight of the game.
Gameplay.
beebiss 2 is essentially an elimination platformer, although there's not all that much more platforming. You take your hopping vampire, you move around these single screen levels, kill the evil, and when you've killed enough you win the level. That's it. Movement of your hopping vampires is functional, it does the job, it's nothing particularly bad about it, but it doesn't feel all that great to control. You have one attack and that's it. And the levels do start to drag on a bit, and there's 100 levels, although they're pretty much, I think it's about 10 different levels and they're repeated over and over, and it gets rather tedious to be perfectly honest. There are some pickups, extra time and freeze enemies and things, but there's really not enough gameplay to stretch out over that many levels, and even if there was a nice balance between the number of levels and how much gameplay it offers, it'd still feel a little bit lacking.
Overall opinion.
It's not a bad game, but it's not particularly great. It does have a distinct look to it, the soundtrack is great, the gameplay is functional, and as an inclusion on an Indie Heroes collection it's absolutely fine. It's certainly not the best on the collection, neither is it the worst. It's just there, and it's fine, I guess.
Ranking.
So placing beebiss 2 on my overall list where I rank every Evercade game ever, I'm putting it above Alpine Ski but below Power Pigs, putting it at 291 out of 403 games that I've ranked so far. Anyway, I think that wraps it up for this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one.